And we're recording. Welcome to Bean Boys Podcast, Episode 3.
Yeah, I'm Esteban,
And I'm Nico.
and so if you still don't get the gist of this podcast, well, watch episode 1 and 2, and you'll get the point.
It's just us two talking about random stuff that we think is funny or interesting, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So
So-
how are you doing today?
I'm okay. I had science homework this weekend, and I really don't understand it, but other than that, I'm okay.
Oof, that's rough. Yeah,
Did
I
you
have
do
to.
science already?
No, I have
Oh.
science next quad. You know what my homework is?
What?
I have to draw the map of the Middle East by hand.
Why? For geography, I'm guessing?
No, for religion,
Why?
because we need to figure out where Jesus came from.
Oh, okay, I guess that makes a little bit of sense, but why by hand? Can't you just look at a map?
No, because I don't know if you didn't know, but people who make maps accurately and post them on Google, that's very inaccurate source to check for maps. Having 15-year-old kids draw maps with very little artistic skills is way more accurate.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely makes much more sense.
Also, this has like nothing to do with anything, but my religion teacher, she needs to get a new mic. Her mic is like, you know those dollar store earbuds you can buy from like a dollar store or like a gas station?
I think that's implied with dollar store earbuds, yeah.
Yeah. But like her microphone is those.
Nice.
Yo, it sounds like there's a leaf blower directly in front of her whenever she speaks. It's
a
like
leaf blower. Maybe she just exhales really loudly. Sorry, what were you saying?
it's way too violent. Like it's genuinely scary.
Nice.
And she never mutes herself. It's like even when she says, "Okay, go do your own work but stay on Zoom," she still doesn't mute.
It's just breathing in the background, right?
Yeah.
Just like she's like, okay, focus on your work. Don't even pay attention to me. And all you hear is, yeah. My science teacher, he's really weird too. He also leaves his mic on while he gives us time to work, and he hasn't figured out how to share his screen or use his camera or anything. So during class, he's logged in on his computer to teach us stuff, and then he's logged in on his phone to take videos of stuff from there and
Nice.
project it to us. I don't know why he hasn't figured that out, but he's weird. On the first day of class, for 5 minutes when we started science this semester, he talked about his fear of the KoolAid Man. So we were talking about like different solvents and stuff, and he was
Yeah.
saying how KoolAid is like that. He was like, and he was getting like not he was getting offended just talking about the KoolAid Man. He was like, ugh. Like, you see those commercials where he busts through the door and he's like, oh yeah, and he's like, well, if that happened to me, I would be like, you just broke my house, now I'm homeless. Like, just lighten up a bit. He's like, and then he went on in the middle of class. He goes on to Google and searches up KoolAid Man commercials, and then he just critiques it scene by scene. He's like, oh, look at those kids. A weird giant KoolAid Man comes into their house saying, oh, drink my juice, drink my red juice, and they're all celebrating. He was like, I wouldn't be celebrating, I'd be homeless.
That's
And now
great.
a bunch of kids in my class changed their profile pictures to the KoolAid Man.
Yeah, I was about to say someone has to change their profile picture or have like one of those like fake backgrounds with like the KoolAid Man.
Oh, we don't have our cameras on, so we don't do the backgrounds, but literally
Oh.
just our Google profile pictures. A few people changed it to the KoolAid Man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we have to keep our cameras on at all times. And it's great because like you could tell which teachers understand the fact that the camera's on at all times and which ones don't.
What do you mean?
My English teacher, he's fully aware, right? Like he's always trying to look presentable and stuff.
Yeah.
My religion teacher, the 7-year-old woman, she like stares into the camera to try to see us or something. I don't know. Like you can tell she's staring right at you, even though like you may have your camera off, but she's staring right into your
Into
your soul.
Yeah.
She stands like 5 centimeters away from the camera at all times.
Well, you gotta. It's like that picture. I know people watching can't see
Yeah.
this, but
It's
we'll
like-
put it
yeah.
up on screen. Just before we started the podcast, he was showing me this picture from an anime, and is that what she looks like? Pretty
Yeah,
much.
I was about to say because I looked at the talking points as I was saying that, and I just see Rock Lee. It looks like if anyone's watched Naruto, it looks like when those scenes of like Gaara or Rock Lee when they like zoom in way too close to their face.
That's her constant state on Zoom calls, just
Yeah.
like that.
It's like for people that haven't watched it, it's like when you look into a fish tank and the fish is staring right back at you,
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
and it just like amplifies the fish way too much. Looks just like that.
Is that why it's called a fisheye?
Yeah.
Like a fisheye lens because fish
Yeah,
see things like that? Wow,
Yeah, that's how they see.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
You know what time it is? Or unless you have something else to say.
No. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure it's time for
Florida, Man.
Man's story.
So, today's February 7th, and the story for today is missing. So, this is from 2019. Missing
Okay.
Florida Man says he wants to heal and kill people. So, I read a little bit more into it, and basically, this guy thinks that he's God, and he believes he has the power to heal specific people, and he wants to kill specific people using his powers.
Okay.
So, this Florida, and he's missing too. They're searching for him apparently.
Oh, poor dude. He's like Jack Ma.
Yeah, and how is he missing too? Maybe he just
He probably
he
just ran
ascended
off
to
into the
heaven.
woods. Yeah. Ascended to heaven.
Well, apparently he is God, so I guess so. Maybe the last generation of Florida people were just really messed up, and
Honestly.
and then they raised the kids, and that's why there's so many Florida Man stories like this. No, I don't think it's gonna get any better there anytime soon.
Yeah, can you post the link of the Florida Man story?
Oh,
I just
yeah,
want to
sure.
like is there a picture of this guy?
Nope,
Oh.
it's a really short article.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, wait. I accidentally went on Reddit. So yeah, that was the Florida guy
Yeah.
of this week. I'm looking forward to next week. It's Valentine's Day next week for the Florida Man, so
Oh,
that
it's-
should be
Oh, for real?
a pretty interesting story.
Okay. You need to choose like place a bet right now of what you think it's gonna be. Like don't actually bet anything. I don't know why I said bet. Like what do you think the story's gonna be? That's what I meant to
It's
say.
gonna be something involving the death of couples. Like some single Florida man tried to murder couples in a restaurant, something like that.
Okay,
just
I
'cause-
say. Yeah, sorry. I've cut
No,
you
go
off.
ahead. That I was done.
Okay, I say a fat man is gonna dress up as Cupid and go around shooting people with a bow and arrow.
Yours is way more accurate, definitely.
Like it's gonna be an obese man in a diaper. He's gonna like find a way. He probably chugged a Red Bull before to get the wings, right?
I was gonna say Gatorade.
Oh, he probably mixed them.
That's just a heart attack waiting to happen.
For real. Yeah, he's probably gonna go around with like a bow and arrow, just
Yeah.
shooting people, thinking he's
Probably.
doing good.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to know something funny that happened to me?
What?
Okay, so I went skating last Thursday, right?
Oh, nice.
And okay, I fell down. You know the quarter pipe?
Quarter pipe, like. Yeah, I know what you're talking.
Yeah, I tried to like not go down it. I was just going like walking down it because my board fell into like it's a little bolt, right?
Oh, when you said skating, I thought you literally meant skating, and I was like, you tried going down a quarter pipe on skates.
Oh, no. Yeah, I found out that when you say you went skating in the winter, everyone automatically assumes you went like skating on ice. I should say skateboarding. So I went skateboarding, and my skateboard fell down a quarter pipe, right? So I went to go walk down this quarter pipe to pick it up. I slipped back and I got so winded. Like I've never
Ooh.
been so winded in my life. I felt like every breath that I've ever taken just escaped out of my mouth. And I just
Did you
sat
fall
there.
on your butt or your back?
I felt like right on my back. Like you know the part where like people like pat your back and it like feels weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine falling right there, but with like
Oof.
hard force. Yeah. So I got hit there. And then I was talking to one of my friends and he's like, "You know what you have to do when you get winded?" And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, you need to act like you're constipated. And I heard this, and I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, okay, so one time I was playing, or not playing, I was like wrestling
Mhm.
with one of my friends, right? And he's like, yeah, if you ever get winded, oh no, because he winded him, right? He winded him, and he's like, what do you do now? And he's like, I don't know. He's like out of breath, like trying to catch his breath. He's like, act constipated, and then he demonstrated. And he's like, it's literally just imagine like popping a squat, like you're about to take a dump, right? And you just like try as hard as you can. Apparently, it gets rid of like getting winded. I wish I would have
Oh.
known this when I fell, so I would have been able to test it. But
So you
too
just
late now.
go into a squat and
yeah,
pretend.
I feel like if
Okay.
this doesn't work, I'm like someone's gonna die from it. Honestly,
I think he's just trolling you. I think he just wants you to be in public and make it look like you're constipated so that you look really dumb, and this probably does nothing.
I really hope he's listening to this part of the podcast.
Do you know if he's listened to the first few episodes?
Yeah, he was telling me about how he found it funny, so that was good, cool. Oh
Hey.
yeah, a couple of my friends were placing bets on what your ethnicity was.
What did they say?
They were between white or Asian. If you want to make it clear for anyone right now of what your ethnicity is, go ahead.
Okay, it's from Europe. That's all I'll say. We can talk about it another week.
Yeah. Or should we just keep this a secret like Noel?
I really don't care that much, so I don't think so.
Okay.
I'll just let it linger for 1 week, and then we can say it next week.
Nice.
So
nice.
ask them this week. Make them place their final bets. And then
Okay,
we'll
for
say it
sure,
next
for
week.
sure. Like, what do you do in those situations? Like, has it ever happened to you? You're like just out in public and people just randomly ask you a favor.
See, there's these people like you that always tell me these stories of like weird interactions in public, and that stuff never ever happens with me. Maybe because I'm not allowed to leave my house ever, or unless I force it. Like unless I'm doing dumb stuff in public. No, like I don't know what to do in those situations because they never happen to me.
Oof. Yeah.
I would just say look over there and then run away.
I always find myself. Yeah, I always find myself in like these weird situations. Like even with you, you remember every time we've gone to a mall, I've always been hit by something.
By like a briefcase or an old lady with a cane.
Yeah, I got hit. Was it a briefcase? No, it was like a duffel bag, right? It was like one of those
Yeah,
bags.
yeah.
Someone just hit me in the gut, like hard with it. And then an old lady with a cane, like, hit me with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. You just have bad luck whenever you leave your house.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, this has nothing to do with anything, and I know usually we like to talk about funny stuff or funny stories. This isn't funny or anything. I just thought I should tell the world about this. Have you ever
Okay.
tried maple yogurt?
No.
Okay, change that. So, my I don't eat yogurt ever, but my mom decided to get this Greek yogurt, and I hate Greek yogurt because it's like flavorless and just not good. But
Greek
anyway,
yogurt tastes like chunky milk.
pretty much. But she got this Greek yogurt, and it was maple flavored, and I love maple anything, and it's so good. I said, and it's limited edition too. So
Ooh.
I said I'm gonna save one. I'm gonna freeze it, and then for a special occasion, I'm gonna have that maple yogurt. But it's just so good. This is probably the most Canadian thing I've ever talked about. But
Yeah, sounds like it. But no, that actually sounds good. Like maple syrup's great on anything.
Mhm.
Like
Anything.
I usually get like when I eat waffles, I like it's like a maple syrup soup, right? I always put too much maple syrup. I never learned my lesson. My mom always tells me you always put too much, yet you continue to do it. Why? I'm like, I don't know. Okay? I
'Cause
don't know how to
syrup's
measure
good.
I don't know how to measure how much I need. But it's too much, and like it's always too much, right? And what I do when I eat it, when I finish my waffle, I get the plate and I lick the maple syrup off the plate, like completely, right?
That's
I'm
the
like a
proper way to
dog.
do it.
Yeah, but has it ever happened to you? You have too much maple syrup, you feel like your throat's burning.
Yeah, but that's when you know you've had the right amount. Like,
Yeah, but like maple syrup has like it's like a drug. It has like crazy side effects. It like burns your
It
throat a
does.
bit. You
Yeah.
you remember we used to take maple syrup shots?
I was just about to say, yeah. Every time we
Why
had
did we do
pancakes
that?
at lunch.
Yeah. Why would we do that? That I remember how much pain my throat was in.
I don't know. I've never really got. Only if I've had like way too much, my throat starts to hurt. But usually, I'm okay with it.
If it's more than like like I don't know, a healthy amount,
Yeah.
it burns my throat. Like it genuinely feels like acid in my throat.
Oh.
But it's so
Yeah,
good,
no,
so I continue to have it.
I've never had that problem, but like anytime I have sugary drinks, like I can't survive 10 seconds in a Starbucks because all the drinks there are loaded with sugar. I get terrible, terrible stomach aches.
Oof.
But no, I'm okay with maple syrup.
Yeah, no, maple syrup's just like something else.
Mhm. It's a unique flavor too. Like nothing else.
Yeah,
Really
nothing
tastes
tastes like
that.
it. It's like, I mean, it has like that sugary taste, but then the mapleness of it, right?
The Canadianness.
Yeah. How are your bananas? I remember last week we talked about your bananas.
Yeah. So right after we finished the podcast, I went up to my mom and I asked, "Are the bananas still green?" And she was like, "They never changed, so we threw them out yesterday." So we're never gonna know what they were,
Oh.
why they took 2 weeks to still be green.
No, they never reached the crunchiness you enjoy in a banana.
No, they were too crunchy. They tasted like a tree.
I remember I was editing the podcast, like the second one, and I just like replayed the crunchy banana part. I love how you said it's like not quite crunchy, but
We should make merch that just say crunchy banana on it.
yeah, imagine taking a nice chunk out, like big bite out of banana, and just hearing like a crunch of a potato chip.
That sounds so good though. Like I don't like dried bananas, which I guess are essentially the real thing of crunchy bananas, but like a nice crunchy banana that still tastes like a banana and not a dried banana. That sounds so good.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like bananas in general. They're weird. It's such a weird, like, feeling in your mouth. It's not. I don't like it.
Is it just gonna turn into a food podcast?
Yeah.
We're reviewing maple syrup, now bananas.
Yeah. So, in your opinion, pomegranates, yes or no?
I get a lot of hate for this, but I like the flavor of pomegranates, but not the seed. The
Oh.
seed ruins it completely. 'Cause
I've
it's
only
like,
ever had it juiced, and it tastes bad. It tastes like a worse cranberry.
I've had the juice before. It's too bitter, right?
Yeah.
Like the flavor is decent, but it's just really bitter.
Yeah, it's like you dump a pound of sugar in it, and it could still be bitter enough to like resemble coffee.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So, I hate to stop talking about food, right? But so yesterday I had to go to a warehouse with my dad to get.
Sorry, I'm dying.
Did you just choke on water?
This time I didn't spill, but I choked on the water. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna try to play it off, but once I heard you start like dying of coughing.
Okay, I'm good.
You good?
Now I'm probably gonna be coughing for the rest of the thing, but
Okay.
whatever.
Okay, so yesterday I had to get like a chair from a warehouse with my dad because we
Mhm.
bought a like one of those like office chairs off Facebook Marketplace.
Nice.
It was pretty like first we had to like call this Asian lady, right? And
Okay.
she asked us send me a picture of which chair you want. And we're like, "What do you mean?" Like she sent that like you know how in Facebook Marketplace you could like chat with the people you're buying based on what you want to buy?
I've never used it, but I think I
Okay.
understand what you're saying.
Okay, yeah. So we're like in a chat room, like that's created because we want to buy this specific chair. And she says, "Can you tell me which chair you want?" And my dad's like, "The one we're chatting about." And she's like, "Yeah, but which one?" So we screenshot it and send her the picture of like the thing we're talking about. And she's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, we have that one." So we're driving up there. This is in Richmond Hill, right? We gotta like drive a bit to get there.
Yeah.
We're like 10 minutes away, and she's like, "We don't have it." So we're already far enough. So my dad's like, "Do you have anything else in stock?" And she's like, yeah, we can show you around the place. And we're like, okay, we might as well just go. Like, we're 10 minutes away. It's another,
Yeah.
like, 30 minutes to get back.
Mhm.
We figured we might as well go and see what they have. We get to this place, and we try to go through the front entrance, and there's just, like, a poster in Chinese. And I'm not being racist by saying any Asian characters are Chinese. No, I know it was Chinese. But we don't know. I don't speak Chinese, and I assumed my dad didn't, and I was right. He doesn't. And so we called the lady, right? And we're like, where do we go in from? And she's like, go in through the back. The front's closed. And we're like, okay. Everything got gradually more sketchy.
Yeah.
So we go around the back, right? And
Mhm.
it's like one of those, like, like the big warehouse door things. It's like the big pulley door that you pull down to close, and then you like pull up to open.
A garage door.
Yeah, but like way bigger. Yeah, I forgot what a
Okay.
garage was for a second. That's the word. So we're gonna go in there, right? But it's like half open. You can only see like the people's shoes, right?
Yeah.
So we call the lady again, and we're like, "Do we go in through here?" And she opens the door, and she's just like not even fully, like just enough for like us to like bend over and go under the the garage door to get in.
That's when I know it was way too sketchy. If she wants you to bend under
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So then we get into the warehouse, right? It's like I don't know how much 1,000 square feet is, but it's like 1,000 square feet, right?
Are you
And
saying
it's
that's
just
a lot or a little?
it's a lot. Is that a
Okay.
thousand
Yeah.
square feet a lot? I don't know. I
I
don't know how
I
square feet are measured.
I think like yeah, I think that's pretty big.
Okay, let's say big boy warehouse, right? Like
Okay.
you got stuff in there. You got a lot of stuff. It's just row after row after row of cardboard boxes with like words I can't read on the front, right?
Okay.
We walk in, there's a dude on the left just on a treadmill. Like just just on a treadmill. I found it hilarious. I tried not to laugh, but dude was just on a treadmill, right? Then the other lady, she's
Okay.
trying to sell us a chair, right? But there's no right armrest, right? So my dad's like, "Is that the chair?" And she's like, "Oh no, this one's for show. We have all the stuff in the back." And then she's like, "Follow me." She leads us through this warehouse. There's like a bunch of closed doors with like curtains in front of it, but you can tell people are behind the doors because like the lights are on. And I
Okay.
just start like kind of looking through the door, and a huge alarm goes off, and everyone just starts running. And then the lady who's with us, she's like, "Oh no, don't worry, just keep walking, just keep walking." I'm freaking out. I'm like, is there like some like police raid going on? So I'm all worried, right? But we keep on walking, and then we get into like what the front of the store was, and it was just a showroom, right? I found it
Mhm.
hilarious. They specialized in selling office chairs, like reclining chairs, and you know those little toy cars, like that little kids can drive around in, like the ones that they sell
Oh
at
yeah,
Toys R
yeah,
Us. Yeah,
yeah.
that's like the main of their inventory.
What? That's the most random stuff to sell. Office chairs, reclining chairs, and toy cars.
Yeah, but I found it hilarious because we kept looking like around the stuff, right? And my dad's like, okay, how much for this chair? And she gave us the price, and she's like, okay, now come with me and we'll look through the inventory and find it. So we look through like bare cardboard boxes, right?
Mhm.
And she opens one up, and I still like I'm just kind of like looking around to see like what's going on and like what's up with the place, right? And I look
Yeah.
around again, and another huge alarm just like beep. I'm like, what the hell? Why is it like they keep like an alarm going off? And then the lady like disappears for a second. Like me and my dad have no clue where she went, right? So my dad goes up to me and he's like, "How much you want to bet any second now? Like a police is just gonna show up, like and there's gonna be like some next raid." It's like this place was so sketchy because everyone was so secretive. Everyone was always on their phone, like texting someone or calling someone, and like I don't know, everyone was always on edge. It's like all the time, everyone was always on edge, like looking around, like seeing who walked in, who did what.
Yeah, that's pretty sketchy.
Yeah, but then we ended up buying the chair, and it was fun. We had to bring it out of the warehouse, right? And they wouldn't let us like open the garage door more, so we had to like bend under it while carrying like I don't know how much the chair weighed, like 70 pounds.
Nice.
So yeah, we had to do that. And then driving away from it, me and my dad just started laughing, just talking about how sketchy the thing was, and like how any second there's gonna be like a police raid or something.
That reminds me. Last Saturday, I was at work with my dad, and he usually gets me to do stuff in like the factory portion of it, like help with manufacturing, but just the easy stuff
Yeah.
because he doesn't trust me yet. And anyways, I didn't want to do that. So he was like, I just bought 2 office chairs last week. Can you assemble them? And I was like, yes, because I didn't have to go in the back and do like actual hard stuff, and I could just assemble a chair.
Yeah.
And I was doing it. There were 2 chairs, and I finished the first one, and I was so proud of it. And then my dad comes in, and he's like, you put the arms on wrong. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you put the arms on wrong. So basically, are you on a chair with armrests right now?
Yeah, and I'm using them.
You know how your arms are resting in front of you on those armrests?
Yeah.
Okay, now imagine if you put the armrests in line with the part that your back rests on.
Oh, so that's
so
like
your arms are almost behind the chair pretty much when you're
Yeah.
resting on them. That's what I did.
nice.
So then I finished the first chair, and my dad was like, okay, fix that. So then I fixed it. Then I started the next chair, and I spent 10 minutes making sure I put the arms on the right way. And it was hard to tell because you put on the backrest last, so you don't know how close or far the armrests are relative to the backrest.
Yeah.
And I put them in, and I was like, okay, this is right. And then I put in the back part, and I did the same thing again.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, I have some great news.
Okay.
I
What is it?
just remembered what I was trying to figure out before we started this
Yes.
podcast.
We can
Have
end it
you
off with
ever
this.
had Sprite from McDonald's?
No, but I've heard that it's very, very bad. Oh,
Oh
wait.
my.
Actually, I have a quick little story.
Yeah. Go
So-
ahead.
I went to... This was when I was like 6 or 5.
Yo, I just like
something.
reminded you of like a hidden memory you've had suppressed for like ages.
Yeah, pretty much. And I was either at a Burger King or a McDonald's, and I wanted to get water. Who gets water from those fountain drinks places? I don't know. Only me. But anyways, you know how there's like usually the logo for the actual drink there, and then in the top right of that, there's the water button.
Yeah.
So it was on the Sprite thing, but I saw the water in the top right corner, and I just assumed it was the same thing. Like the Sprite was out of order. I don't know what I was thinking, but anyways, I thought the Sprite was the water.
Yeah.
And so I fill up my cup, and in the middle of a Burger King or McDonald's, I drink it, and then I just spit it all out on the table because I'd never had pop before or anything fizzy, and I thought I was drinking water, and it was terrible. And then yeah, since
I
then
hate-
I've never had Sprite because
Oh.
of that memory. I've never had Sprite.
Yeah, I hate when you're gonna go drink something thinking it's something else and then the taste hits you. It's like, I remember one time, I thought I was gonna drink coffee, right? But I went to go drink orange juice. And I like orange juice and I like coffee. But the sensation that the orange juice gave me, thinking it was coffee, made me want to vomit. It was disgusting.
Yeah, like when you're expecting something and then
Yeah.
it's completely
Yeah.
different. Yeah,
No,
I
but
hate that.
like I just remembered something like hilarious. Like last Christmas, I went to go
I
eat
gave
with.
you my heart.
Sorry.
Nothing. It was a dumb joke.
Oh, you like cut out as you were saying the joke, so I
You
didn't
said
even
last
hear.
Christmas. I said I gave you my heart.
Oh. Nice. Okay, so wait, no, that was 2 Christmases ago now. Okay, Christmas 2019. I was with my family, right? Like my uncle, and we were gonna go have dinner, right? So we got the food, and the waiter's like, "What do you want to drink?" I'm like, "I'll have Sprite." So I have this Sprite. You know how Sprite just looks like water?
Yeah, except like bubbly.
Yeah, they gave me the flattest like Sprite ever. Like there was not a single bubble in that.
Oh,
So I was drinking it because like I really don't care. Like fizziness isn't the biggest thing when it comes for me to drinking soda. I prefer the actual flavor of it.
mhm.
So I'm just drinking it, and I take one sip. And you know how like there's always that one annoying dude at some restaurants who just walks around with water and just like pours it the second you take like the smallest amount of water from it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm drinking Sprite, and dude thinks it's water, so he just like puts it in it, and I'm like, okay, it's just a little bit. I'll still drink the Sprite. So then I like chug half of it, and he fills it up again. And I don't know why I didn't think to ask him. It's like, this is Sprite. Can you stop doing that? But I just dealt with it, right? I just continued to drink my watered down Sprite. So I take another sip. He does it again. It came to the point where like I was drinking water with like a hint of Sprite, and it was disgusting, and I hated every sip I took. But he continued to do it until I got a refill. Because I completely finished it, and I guess he went on a break or something because he disappeared for a second, and the dude's like, "Can I get you another Sprite?" I'm like, "Sure." So I tried to like chug this before he could come back, but I left a little bit, right? Dude walks up to me and fills it up again. And I'm like, "Yo,
with water or Sprite?"
with water. And I'm like, "Can you chill?"
I know you want to say that story that you just remembered, but I have to say one other thing.
Sure.
That's related to like pouring water and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were there. Were you there when we went to medieval times as a class?
I know this story. Oh.
So, at medieval times, you go there, they give you food, and you watch people duel with fake swords. And
Yeah.
the lady there, the waiter, was like, "Do you want water or Coke in your drink?" And I said, "Water." And then she starts pouring the Coke. And as a child, I'm not allowed to drink Coke.
I remember.
And so she's pouring it into my glass. And I pull the glass out of the way so that she's just pouring Coke on the table. And she stays there for like a solid 2 seconds before she realizes what she's doing. And then
like, she was in too much shock of like, what is this child
what
doing?
just happened. I was like, "No, my mom says I'm not allowed to drink Coke." So
I
and
remember.
then anyways, I had water.
Imagine you just being in the shoes of that person just pouring the drink. It's like you ask the child, "Would you like Coke or water?" You hear Coke even though the child said water. You're just pouring it and the child's just like, "No."
No.
Pulls it away. This person, like, imagine they got fired off of that because their boss saw them just like pour Coke
Pouring
on a
water
table.
on a table.
Oh, jeez.
Looking
Yeah,
back on that now, I feel bad for that lady. Like, I shouldn't have done that, but still.
Yeah,
it's
that was
funny.
that was hilarious. No, like I'm gonna sidetrack a lot before I eventually get to this Sprite McDonald's story. But another McDonald's story. Once I went to McDonald's with my whole family, right?
Mm-hmm.
McDonald's is like infamous for like screwing up your order in ways you can't even imagine.
Yep.
So I went there once, and my dad, he used to be lactose intolerant. Now he just doesn't like it. So he says, "Can I have like he wanted a Big Mac but with no cheese and no pickles." Okay?
Okay.
Pretty straightforward, right? Like you're following until there?
Yep.
Okay, we get the order. He got strictly cheese and pickles in the thing. No meat. It was bread, cheese, bread, pickles, cheese, bread.
I almost spit out my water just now.
I'm just imagining like editing this video, just like a bunch of PNGs of just bread, cheese, bread, pickles, cheese, bread.
What? I can't even formulate words for how, like, what possesses someone to think this person came to McDonald's and wanted to get bread, cheese, and pickles. What has to be that's some Florida stuff right there.
We were in Florida.
Oh, that's great.
I completely forgot we were in Florida. Like I forgot to mention that completely. Like I just remembered that.
Well, now it all makes sense.
But the story doesn't end there.
Oh.
So what do? Like we were able to like pull out like of the thing and like go onto like a road when my mom realized. So we pull a U-turn, right? Like we pulled literally a U-turn.
Oh.
You get that reference?
I get it, yeah.
Okay. So we drive back to the McDonald's. I shouldn't have made that reference. No one's gonna get that.
It's okay.
But anyways, yeah. So anyways, we go back to the McDonald's and we go through the drive-thru again, and my mom's just like, "Yo, we ordered a Big Mac with no cheese and pickles, and we got strictly cheese and pickles." And they're like, "Okay, we'll do a new one. Just wait outside." So they tell us to like park in like those parking spots they got, and they walk out and they give us the burger. We drive off. Well, no, I don't even think we were able to drive off. I'm pretty sure at this point we just parked, like checked it, and they gave us a normal Big Mac. Like this time it was like with the cheese and pickles, but they also had like the lettuce and like the meat and like whatever
like
else.
A burger.
Yeah, they just gave us a normal Big Mac. So my dad's like, no, I can't have cheese and pickles are nasty. So can I have one without cheese and pickles?
Mm-hmm.
Dude goes back. Poor minimum wage dude just walks back and forth from our car in the McDonald's. And eventually comes back with another one. He's like, okay, here you go. And we open it, and they put double cheese. This time, no pickles, but double cheese.
So
At
close.
this-
So
But,
close.
like, we genuinely thought we were being, like, we were in a hidden camera show at this point. Like, how dumb do you have to be? Like, there's one point where it's miscommunication. Then it's just, like, how dumb can someone be to the point where they can't figure out what no cheese means?
I think you were already at the point of how dumb can someone be when they just put cheese and pickles, like...
Yeah, you'd think they'd question that, right?
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Considering that it was in Florida, they probably do get orders like that all the time.
Can I have a Big Mac with no bread, no meat, no cheese, and nothing?
Just lettuce, please.
Just
Can I
lettuce.
just have a container full of lettuce? And they don't question it, probably.
Yeah, but we asked one more time, and we eventually got it right. I'm pretty sure they still messed up with, like, one minor thing. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, my dad asked for, like, no mustard, too, and they, like, put mustard, but my dad just dealt with it at that point.
Just gave up with it.
Yeah, but then the best part was we drive off. Like, now we're at a reasonable distance, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I ask, can I have my Happy Meal toy? Because I was young at this point. I still had Happy Meals. They didn't give me a Happy Meal toy.
That place should be closed.
I know.
Like
Like,
the
I was
pickle,
outraged.
The pickle cheese thing is whatever, but not putting a toy in the Happy Meal, that's unforgivable.
Of course. Like, it was disgusting. Like, how could they do that? But yeah, so yesterday, after we finished going from the warehouse, we stopped by McDonald's, right?
Okay.
And I bought a 10-piece chicken nuggets because chicken nuggets from McDonald's are the best.
They are.
Yeah. Burger King ones are disgusting because they're like hella dry after you eat like 2.
I've never had a Burger King chicken nugget, but
Yeah, back to the food critique we had at the start of the episode. Personally, in my opinion, Burger King needs to like fix up their chicken nuggets. They gotta like put maybe like a bit less dryness in it, and
just add more water.
yeah, make them moist. Sounds disgusting.
Yeah.
But I do give them props for putting like they put like pepper in it because you see like the little black dots, which you don't see as much at McDonald's. But anyways, I get the 10-piece chicken nuggets with some fries. The fries were delicious. They were like hella crunchy and like crispy, which I prefer way more over soggy
Yeah.
French fries.
I don't know which one I like better. I like them both. But yeah, anyways, continue.
And I'm like, can I have a Sprite with it? So I got the Sprite. And I didn't drink the Sprite till I got home. Because right after we got home, my dad said we got to get back in the car. Because, right, we just got lunch, but my dad really wanted something for dinner. He wanted this thing called ceviche. I don't know if you know what that is. It's like this Peruvian, like, fish meal. I don't really know what's in it, but it has, like, fish and some other stuff.
Okay.
And we're going to get it from this restaurant, but it's all the way in Milton. Do you know where Milton is?
Far, I'm assuming.
It's far. So we have to drive. Like, we just got home. We got home around like 3, and we had to leave to be back home around 5:30 or something. But we were gonna do some other couple stops, so we would be home at around 7.
Got it.
So I got right back in the car. So when we get in the car, I'm listening to the TMG podcast, right? And they're talking about how disgusting Sprite McDonald's is. And I'm like, wait, I still haven't drinked it. Like, it was just in the cup holder this whole time. Drank it. What do you say?
Drink.
Okay. So I get, like, yelled at when I say brang instead of bringed. Wait, no, that's not right either.
Both of those were wrong.
I just feel
It's brought.
I just said bringed.
People get mad at me when I say bring instead of bring.
Okay, well, anyways, I just have it there, like, right next to me, right? It's just in the cup holder. I'm like, wait, I gotta take a sip out of this. So Cody and Noel are talking about how disgusting it is, and I take a sip out of it, and it was so gross. Like, it was genuinely disgusting. Like, it tasted like it reminded me so much of the Sprite I had when the dude was pouring the water in it. It was the most watered down like Sprite I've ever had. But it also just had a taste of like cardboard. That's probably on me for letting it sit for like an hour inside the cup. But I just found it hilarious. Like
Still.
I ordered a Sprite from McDonald's, and then I'm listening to TMG and they're talking about Sprite with McDonald's. So I'm like, damn, bro.
Yeah, that's great.
No, but it was just hilarious how disgusting it was, and I didn't know it's like a meme. Like it's genuinely a meme. Like I went on to like there's this thing, it's called Know Your Meme, where you could like see like where the origin of memes were
Yeah.
and stuff. And I search up the Sprite cranberry one, or not Sprite cranberry. What am I saying? McDonald's Sprite,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna search up one real quick, and I'm gonna put it up in the talking points because they're pretty funny. Okay.
Yeah, after I take that first sip of McDonald's Sprite, crispy. Who is
Yeah,
that?
That's Two-Face,
Oh.
but his whole face is messed up. I think, right? I'm
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
sure. Yeah, for the
Yeah,
audio
yeah.
listeners,
Oh.
it's Two-Face but with no nose, big eyes, and yeah. But there's like a bunch. Like there's a lot. Here, I have this other one. It's gonna go under that one. And this one's with
Crispy.
Drake.
McDonald's Sprite really have you feeling like. I'm so glad I've never had McDonald's Sprite before.
But there's so many memes. Okay, wait. I found another one. This one's actually like pretty funny.
I just spilled my water. Not on
Nice.
me.
You're like three episodes straight.
It's gonna be a thing now, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, there you could read the last one. He's under Drake.
My Area 51. Yeah, so if you're listening on YouTube, then these memes will be here. But if you're just listening, then too bad.
Yeah. Yeah, but McDonald's Sprite is just something else.
Mhm. I've never tried it, but I can imagine. I just don't like fizzy things in
I saw
general.
this tweet that said someone said McDonald's Sprite gotta go on the periodic table. Make it its own element.
Yeah, that's true. Should be.
Yeah, but I don't know what's up with their Sprite, but it's like disgustingly watered down and just like I know I just said about how I don't really care if it's flat and if it's not as fizzy, but it was like not fizzy at all.
It was just like water with a hint
It
of
was
bubble.
it was like imagine water and then you like put like a bit of sugar in it and then a bit of lemon in it.
Oh. Oh no, the water that I spilled got all over my periodic table. I had my science notes in front of me.
Nice. Oh jeez, yeah, but I guess that's a pretty good way to conclude today's episode. If
Yeah.
you want, go try some McDonald's Sprite. You won't regret it.
Let us know in the comments if whatever you're listening on has comments what you think of McDonald's Sprite.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
our podcast is now available on multiple streaming services.
Yeah.
But yeah. Thanks for listening.